Lay the unit lever side up. In your unit, you will remove the split cotter pin from the slotted nut. Our unit does not have one as it is an older model. Shift the selector into the up or down position to hold the hand wheel in place. While pressing down on the spring cover, remove the slotted nut. Use caution when removing the spring cover. Shift the selector to neutral and remove the hand wheel, inner spring, and brake cam. Remove the 4 acorn nuts and lock washers retaining the lever assembly. These have been loosened for the demonstration. Put the selector in the down position, hold on to the chains, and rotate the lever in a counterclockwise direction to unscrew the brake driver from the pinion shaft and remove the lever assembly. Remove the brake ratchet disc and the brake seats from the pinion shaft. Check the pawls and pawl springs for free movement. Disassemble and clean if necessary. Clean and inspect all parts for damage, deformation, and dimensions where required in the inspection section of the Operation and Maintenance Manual. Now we will begin to reassemble the hoist. If you remove the pawls and pawl springs, apply a small amount of light oil to the pawl posts and wipe off any excess. Install the pawl springs and pawls, making sure they are oriented in the correct position. Apply the retaining rings. If deformed, replace with new rings. Apply a small amount of gear grease to the pinion shaft and wipe off any excess. Do not over-lubricate to ensure that the brake surfaces remain dry. While holding on to the brake pawls, replace the brake seat and the brake ratchet disc. You can check to make sure the ratchet disc is in the correct position when the pawls snap open and close when you rotate clockwise, and stop rotation in the counterclockwise direction. Move the selector to neutral. Make sure the assembly cover is rotated to match the profile of the hoist frame, and place the assembly lever onto the pinion shaft. Screw the brake driver clockwise by hand down the pinion shaft until the brake pawls start clicking. Replace and tighten 4 lock washers and acorn nuts. Move the selector to the up position, hold the hook side chain, and rotate the lever clockwise to snug up the brake. Assemble the brake cam with the two lugs down onto the pinion shaft. Be careful to position it to the right of center with the brake driver lugs. Just slightly. Add a small amount of gear grease to the inside hub of the hand wheel. Place the large diameter inner spring with two outward tabs into the hand wheel. Slip the selector to neutral. Then fit the hand wheel and spring down over the pinion shaft. While holding the hook side chain, push down and rotate the hand wheel clockwise about 120 degrees until it drops down twice and stops. While holding in this position, move the selector back into the up position to keep the hand wheel from popping out. Place the outward tab of the smaller diameter spring into the slot in the spring cover. Place the spring and make sure it's flush up against the lug. Rotate the spring cap 120 degrees counterclockwise and push onto the mating spline of the pinion shaft. There are 3 markers to make sure you know what 120 degrees is. We will go replace this one and this one. Continue to hold down on the cover with a thumb while screwing on the slotted nut. Tighten the slotted nut, then back off a few degrees to allow a new split cotter pin to be inserted. Move the selector to neutral. Pull the hand wheel out and check the free chain function by pulling the chain through the hoist in both directions. If the chains do not pull freely or the brake easily sets stopping the chain, then see the troubleshooting section in the operation and maintenance manual. If the free chain works correctly, you are now able to install a new split cotter pin into the slotted nut. The hoist is now ready for functional tests with light load prior to full load tests per requirements of ASME B30.21 safety standards and other local standards that may apply.